We're trying to embed that kind of diversity, equity, inclusiveness, inclusive excellence really across, like every area should have responsibility for that. Like it shouldn't just be like an office or a figurehead. But definitely intercultural affairs supports the broader programming and
if you embed it, then it can't be legislated.
There you go. There you go. Now you're understanding the strategy behind what it is. So the work is still occurring very much here at Western. You just might see it called different things. I don't even mind pissing people off, but I think what it comes down to though is just making sure that we're able to do the work.
Hi, how are you? We're here to see Miss Price.
Seen her all day.
We haven't seen her all day.
This is working from home today.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Sadly, Karen wasn't here today, but we did get to visit the provost and a number of other staffers. Not surprisingly, none of them had any comment. Their chief marketing officer had nothing to communicate with us. Because as always, when you capture these people breaking the rules, ignoring the laws, doing whatever they want to advance their agenda, they don't know what to say because they've never been held accountable before. We received a report that Karen Price was talking about how their university is pushing DEI in defiance of the Board of Regents ban.
I really can't comment on this. Thanks.
No thoughts on what's happening in this state? No thoughts? He didn't have any comment on it at all? It's a real shame.
Yeah, we can't comment on this right now.
Well, you're the communications officer, correct? Or marketing officer? No comments?
No comments today.
Who should do the communications if not the marketing officer? That's not very good marketing.
Let me go talk with someone that you can meet with. And so thanks y'all for coming by.
Are you worried about that and are you aware of this? Is what she's saying true? She said it's embedded into every facet of the curriculum and they've merely just changed the titles. Is that true, sir? Had you heard anything of it?
Thank you so much.
No thoughts on whether or not she's breaking the law? Easily the most polite group of rule-breaking radicals that we've met with in higher education thus far. Now, we often encounter, both in K through 12 ed and higher ed, radicals who want to push their agenda in defiance of the rules, in defiance of state law. And honestly, I think Karen Price is one of the worst.
They're going to be partially my opinions and not the statement of Western. A position of neutrality where a lot of diversity, equity, and inclusion positions had to be thought of differently. We are still absolutely doing all of that work, but one of the functions of how do we do that in the spirit of legislation in the current political climate is to not have one person as a chief diversity officer, but to have those initiatives spread more kind of at the level of action, right? At the level of those offices. So that position really ends up being repurposed through other positions so that we can do the work but stay within the context of the requirements politically to not create issues. Like honestly, it's more we're trying to embed that kind of diversity, equity, inclusiveness, inclusive excellence really across like every area should have responsibility for that. Like it shouldn't just be like an office or a figurehead. But definitely intercultural affairs supports the broader programming and
if you embed it, then it can't be legislated.
There you go. There you go. Now you're understanding the strategy behind what it is. That it is easier for them to be like, well, you need to get rid of that position because it has that in its title. Well, if we don't create titles and that it's more just the work you do and it's part of everything that should be centered on just living your mission, that you're right, you can't legislate it away. You can't take away positions. And so I think if you saw the news, there are some places that did lose a lot of positions because they were less strategic, I guess, about the approach. We lost that one, but it wasn't really a lost position anyway because it was already in transition, and so no one lost their jobs. No one lost,
so great.
So we were able to take the monies that were there and more disperse them down to action level.
Take action right now by clicking on the link where you can send one message directly to the Board of Regents and the elected officials in this state. These radicals must be held accountable. Well, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, X, and if you love having the Chinese communists mine your data, you could follow us on TikTok.